Hello?
On a June night in 1980, Friday the 13th, 12 of her friends were murdered. Why should Friday the 13th, 1981 be any different? Friday the 13th, Part 2. The body count continues. 14.
All doomed. You're all doomed.
15.
God.
16.
Help!
17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23.
Sandra? Jeff?
The day you count on for terror is not over. Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Hey, what's up, horror fans, horror freaks, geeks, nerds, dweebs, turds, basement dwellers, and of course, all you mouth breathers out there. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Josh James, and finally, tonight we're doing a movie that's been a hole in our lineup for a while. The funny thing about this movie, well, first let me say we're doing a fan commentary for Friday the 13th, Part 2, probably one of the best in the whole franchise, in my opinion. And the funny thing about this movie is way back in the early days of the channel, when Double D was on the show, it was probably one of the first movies that we actually did a commentary for. It was me and Dan and a couple other buddies, Quinn and Diego, and we did a double header that night. So I think we did like Part 7 and then we did Part 2 right after. And when I listened back to the original version of the fan commentary we did for this, we were so fucking drunk that it was basically unusable. We couldn't use the tracks, so I kind of shelved it and figured I'd come back to it eventually. And then when Wizzel joined the show, well, they already slam dunked it on Banana Laser, so I was like, I don't want you to repeat doing the same movie over again. So it's been sitting on the shelf, and people have been asking us to do it. And finally, there's a Friday the 13th coming up next week. Well, I guess technically tonight would be Friday the 13th for you guys because we're dropping it on Friday the 13th. But yeah, so it's Friday the 13th, and we just decided to go ahead and dust it off and do it. So I brought in two ringers for tonight's show because Wizzel is off doing other stuff tonight. So I've got Nik Uttam's back from the World Class Bullshitters. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. I had so much fun when we did Swamp Thing together. I was like, yeah, I get you back. We're gonna do I think you want to do Hell Night or something eventually, maybe at the end.
Oh god, yeah, because Shout Factory dropped the Blu-ray recently, and I've been watching that like crazy, and I really want to do the commentary for that. I think that's kind of an underrated movie.
Yeah, dude, I definitely like maybe at the end of the summer or something. We'll cue that up and get it done. That's a fun one. I don't really know it that well, but I know it's a fun Linda Blair movie in the early '80s, and that's a good pick. So we'll definitely put that on the list of things to do. And then our other co-host tonight, a first time on the show, popping his cherry, is Jerry Herring from the Kill the Cast podcast on over at Legion. What's up, dude? Welcome to the show.
I am here to disappoint all of your listeners.
Oh, no, dude, you're gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a fucking blast, man.
I am fucking okay, here's the thing. I listened to the Hatchet one earlier today.
Oh yeah.
You guys did Hatchet?
Yeah, they did Hatchet.
I watched Victor Crowley a couple hours ago, actually.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one. Victor on a Plane, I like to call it. No, yeah, we did Hatchet. It was a couple months ago with it was me, Wizzel, and Zach from Revival House did that one. Yeah, that was a Wizzel pick. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. We had a lot of good laughs on that. Did you enjoy it, Jerry, or what'd you think?
I did. I really enjoyed it. I had to correct you all on some of your information. But that's part of the fun. Listening to the podcast is being like, listen here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But then,
then
y'all drop like bombs like Misty Mundane, and I'm just like, okay, y'all are perfect. You just keep doing it.
Yeah, dude, that's Zach. Zach is my living, breathing encyclopedia. He's a walking, full of knowledge. But yeah, I mean, that being said, this is not a very accurate show in terms of handing out information. I think there was one solo commentary I did one time where I meant to refer to something as a red herring when I was calling it the MacGuffin the whole night. And I realized I was like, man, I have no idea what I'm doing or talking about. But that's the beauty of the show, is I'm learning as I go. So
I love it. But I do demand that the rest of the Hatchet movies get done now.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. One to me is like the cherry on top, and everything else is kind of the shit at the bottom.
I love all four of the movies. Like, I legit
I like them all
in
too.
love with them.
Yeah, they are fun.
They are,
I mean,
they're very fun, but I like the first one. I've watched so much, and I love so much that like 2 and 3 kind of disappointed me a little bit. But I mean, they're still good, and I'll still watch them.
See, that's the great thing about being me. I'm so disappointing, nothing disappoints me.
You don't give yourself enough credit, man. I think your podcasts are a lot of fun. I really enjoy your real Ghostbusters commentaries. Those are fun. Because nobody's really doing that, nobody's doing like commentaries for old school cartoons from the 80s and shit. It's fun, it's only like a half an hour.
I think we're going to be recording the next 4 episodes here this month or in August for that.
Yeah, those are fun, dude.
That's awesome,
I'm glad that you're. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are getting into the commentary stuff now. That's really cool, dude. The more commentaries, the better, I think. But
I agree.
Yeah, dude, we'll eventually get around to doing all the Hatchet movies, I hope. I mean, as long as the show keeps growing and I can find people to record with, we'll do more Hatchet movies. But, I try to jump around a little bit to keep it interesting, I'm like, one of my goals this summer was to do Sleepaway Camp, because I got to get a Sleepaway Camp movie in there. And
I fucking love those movies.
Sleepaway Camps, yeah, maybe I'll try to get you on it, Nick. If you love those movies so much, then maybe.
Oh man, because I've got the DVD box set at home, and actually, I had a fan theory that Sleepaway Camp: The Burning also happened at Camp Crystal Lake. That was my fan theory.
Yeah.
because if you remember in the first movie, they said, "Oh, there was a fire." They never go into detail, and I was like, "Oh, that could be the burning." We don't know.
So,
no, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe they're related.
Funny thing with all that is I literally just watched Sleepaway Camp and The Burning like 4 times a piece in the matter of 2 weeks, because we did a horror coliseum of Sleepaway Camp versus The Burning. And funny enough, Alex almost convinced me to make it a 3-way match and put Friday the 13th Part 2 in there.
Ooh.
And I was
That's
just like,
point.
No, that's too much.
Yeah,
I can't, because for Horror Coliseum, I watch each movie like 4 times to get everything right. So, no. So when you were like, hey, we're going to do Friday the 13th Part 2, I was like, yes.
Nice, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to you bringing your knowledge, man. I mean, I'm still always learning about these movies. I'm definitely a horror fan, but man, some of you guys podcasters are hardcore in terms of the details, man. You guys have it all memorized, and I can't memorize everything I read off IMDb or just things that you the cool thing about podcasting with other horror fans is that you learn like these little details about the movies that you never would have known. And even just listening to like some of your all's retrospectives or fan commentaries and stuff, I'm like, oh shit, I never knew that. I never realized that. And that's just sort of like a byproduct of doing this, which is just makes it all worthwhile, you know? So what do you guys say? You guys want to fire up the movie? We all queued up, ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, let's do this.
All right. One of the best movies in the franchise, for sure. Even sans fucking hockey mask, still a great movie. We've got it queued up, I think right at like 1 second. It's like right when the Paramount logo pops up. And as far as I know, there's only one cut of the movie. So if you're on Blu-ray or DVD, it should be the same movie, right? Jerry, you probably would know this better than I would.
Correct. I did look into it. There is only one cut of this movie. The few scenes that were deleted or edited out are gone forever.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, well, it's a solid movie, so we should be good to go. It's Steve Miner, directed 1981. Let's count it down. Who wants to count it down the movie? Jerry, why don't you do the honors, since you're
all right, 3,
new
2,
guy
1,
on the show.
Play. Everyone get their clicker thumbs ready, or fingers. I don't know what button y'all press or what finger
I got my
you use.
I got the tip of my dick on the button actually.
There you go. See, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
I really get off on doing these commentaries.
I would try that, but like I might poke a hole in the button. Mine's very like small and sharp.
You might break the remote.
No, it's just gonna poke a small hole in the rubber, and you know those will start deteriorating. Anyway, all right, guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Paramount logo, mountains, stars, a Gulf Western company.
Yeah.
Balloonus.
I love that old school logo, man. Never gets old.
So I've got to say that one, this is my second favorite movie in the franchise.
Yeah.
But with a passion, I fucking hate this opening.
Why? It's awesome. I mean, obviously he took a plane ride to wherever she was living and then wanted to kill her because he really felt incomplete and he really felt like he didn't finish his job. So he's just trying to complete his job. That's all he's trying to do.
Like, did Stephen King write this opening? Why are we looking at a children's feet walking down next to a sewer? I'm waiting for a fucking red balloon to show up.
It kind of has a vibe of like they didn't really know what to do to open the movie because they didn't really want to go right into the flashback, the recap or whatever. So apparently this is like this shot right here, the legs of Jason was a female, was the costume designer or something. Like it was the only female to ever play Jason, but
correct. 3 people played Jason in this movie.
That's right. Yeah. But
3. You've got
Steve Dash.
Steve Dash, who did almost everything except for those legs and the jumping through the window, which was the guy Jillian who takes credit for this movie, even though they hired him because you went to stunt school, and then he was like, I can't do my own stunts, so Steve Dash had to do everything. And then Steve Dash didn't get a credit on this, but in Friday the 13th Part 3, when they use footage from Part 2, they only credit Steve Dash.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I really fucked up on the credits, man. Jeez.
Those two dudes are like feuding over who's the real Jason. Like I think one of the guys even signs his 8x10s like the real Jason or something.
Fuck Jillian. Steve Dash is the fucking Jason from Part 2. Just because you got to jump wearing your ugly fucking mask through the window for one scene, fuck you. Because you know what? Steve Dash broke his ribs on this movie, cut his finger open, got hit by a fucking weapon because the chick who played Ginny fucked up.
Did she cut his finger open or something like that?
Yeah, he had to go get stitches and then came right back to where he broke his ribs. He fell on a rake or a hoe or a slut or something, and it fucked up his ribs. So there's Steve Dash is the Jason for Part 2. And if you want to fight about it, I will give you Alex Edwards' number, and he will fuck you up.
Yeah, I think Warrington Gillette was at the Chiller Fest like last spring or something, and I ended up not going. But yeah, he tends to make things a little controversial. I mean, he wants to break off his little piece of the pie or whatever, and
Yeah, it's
make his money at the cons or whatever. But it's kind of like he's kind of almost in the same category as Ari Lehman. Like technically he's a Jason too. That's 4 people who played Jason in this movie. Technically,
what is Artie Lemon? Like he has like little Jason like fucking weed pipes he'll sell you for like $20 a piece, man. Little glass blown ones. I shit you not, man.
And these guys,
that's how he is. Like he'll go out and smoke with you too if you ask him. I've heard that from a few friends.
Yeah, he's a band dude, right? He's got like a band called The First Jason or something.
He is, and I think his video is Bride of Jason or whatever. 2 of my friends, actually, the girl who's in it, his name is Ronnie Joanna. She's a good friend of mine. So
that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it was really interesting to like watch a video. It's like, hey, I know those people.
Oh, I love this shot coming up where Pamela Voorhees, like Betsy Palmer, like apparently when she smashes her head into the sand right here, like she like actually literally like smashed her face into the ground. I just think that's fucking hysterical, man. It's like little old Betsy Palmer really went for broke in this scene, man. It's great.
I wonder if anyone's made like a grandmother porn parody of this scene.
Oh my god.
Like I never thought of that, but now you've got me interested. There's got to be some fan porn out there of this scene, like where it goes full on lesbo or something.
Yeah, like if they can make if Germany can make an E.T. the porno and we can have an Edward Penis Hands, why can't we have a Friday the 13th where the ending is G-MILF lesbian scene?
Dude, hopefully we maybe like a little gimp Jason comes out of the lake and gets in the middle or something.
Oh, there's a Japanese porn star that's like he's not like a midget, but he looks like a child, like a legit child.
Oh,
and
God.
He does all these pornos in Japan.
No.
Yes. And
they're fucking,
it is hilarious.
Yeah, they're pretty twisted over in Japan, man.
Yeah,
but
it gets pretty strange really quickly.
yeah, they have an avid imagination and they're not afraid to express it. But no, maybe we planted a seed there. Maybe some fan out there will take the reins on that and
just
give Jerry what he always wanted.
Well, if one of the fans do, please send us a copy so we can all enjoy it.
If you steal this idea, horrorporn.com, I need like free membership. Okay.
Oh God.
I want producer rights.
I'm ready to move out to LA right now and start that website, man.
No, that's a website. No, there's a website called horrorporn.com.
Oh my God.
Oh, is there?
Oh, legit. Yes. Go look it up after we get done recording.
Oh God.
If I can't remember what episode of the Real Ghostbusters commentary, but Kenneth brought it up and it became a running joke for a whole episode.
Yeah, it's real. I'm looking at it right now. That's real. Yep, that's real.
Yeah. So if you want to see Pyramid Head face fuck a chick, guess what?
No.
There's Evil Dead, there's Walking Zombies, there's It is a Clown, like...
There's a guy that fucks like a bunch of the Silent Hill nurses. It's crazy. So, okay, in all seriousness, no. Friday the 13th Part 2 is one movie that if you watch, you can pick this apart so hardcore. And I used to do it all the time. In fact, I used to not like this one because I was like, it has so many problems. But then I learned what a giallo is. And I started watching a bunch of giallos. And I realized that Friday the 13th Part 2, much like Part 1, is just straight fucking giallos. And because it's acceptable there, I'm going to point out a bunch of things that this movie does that basically makes it a giallo. One of them being this entire beginning that makes no fucking sense.
I don't really like Jell-O. I like pudding better. But,
I like chocolate pudding as much as the next person who gets Ambien slipped into it. But the point is that the Italians know how to make.
What you do is you get drunk and then take a Xanax and then you black out. It becomes fucking amazing.
Well, I don't know if it's fucking amazing because Bill Cosby never calls me back the next day. But
no, you don't want that. You don't want that because it's awkward. Be happy that it didn't
no,
happen.
I do. Are you fucking kidding me? I want proof. Do you know how much money he has? Fuck that. I'm getting paid. Are you kidding me? I will be like, sir, you fucked me in the ass and I need money for it. Or I am going public. You will face a rat that Michael Jackson would.
You'll rue the day.
Yeah.
The fucked up thing is like all that pretty much already happened to Bill Cosby. I mean, how many of those fucking chicks did he already pay off? You know, they're just now they're coming out all these decades later. You know, like,
I'm not one of them. So that's my problem. If you're gonna fucking go out and rape people, can you please rape some poor people like me so that I can get paid? God damn it.
Yeah, rape the needy, I guess, is what you're trying to say.
What the fuck? Fun fact, all the drawings you see in here were actually done by Adrienne King. She is a fantastic artist. Which I wanted to bring that up right after talking about rape.
But I have a gripe. I have to make a gripe here real quick.
Okay.
Regarding I mean, not her as a person, but that whole, like, I remember, like, when they just recently did, like, a spend the night at Camp Blood thing, like, this is in Connecticut, but for the first movie, you know, the actual site, which is up here in New Jersey, it's about 15 minutes away from where I live. Yeah, they did a sleepover at the camp, because I guess it's, like, the North Bergen Boy Scouts camp, you know, they're let out for the summer or something, or I guess it's early spring. They hadn't really fired it up for the kids or whatever. So they had like this thing, and I guess they do it every year to like raise money, you know. And I thought I saw like on their website that was like $250 to go spend the night. Adrienne King was there, and like she'll give you a tour. And I was talking to Alex about it. Alex was like, he's like, no, dude, it's like $1,000 per person to spend the night there.
Didn't Jerry Vieta go?
What the fuck?
He did, yeah. Yeah, other Jerry, he went, and I saw some of his pictures. It looked like fun, but it was like, there's no way in hell I could ever spend $1,000 to spend a night at a fucking Boy Scout camp, even if Adrienne King is there.
In Thailand.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm reading it right now. It says, in addition to the VIP experience, the camp will run 3 tours of Voorhees family friends with tickets starting at $135 and running up to $175.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's not 1,000. There you go.
That's just what I heard from Alex, and I was like, that's
Alex
fucking insane.
Well, I mean,
like, come on.
It's like, if it's like the crazy like platinum VIP package, then yeah, maybe it's that much. But like per person, I mean, you want maximum saturation. I mean, $200 or close to it is about like the cap. I think I'd pay for that as well.
Well, for $1,000, dude, I would want like Adrienne King coming to my cabin at night with a bottle of wine and a bottle of lotion.
Well, you know what? She would bring. She has her own wine, so she would bring that. I gotta say though, that this scene with the ice pick, the only scene with an ice pick that turns me on more is in Basic Instinct. But this whole point right here, like, she literally does not see Jason in her house at any point. That is the most giallo fucking thing ever, because if you watch Jason, every time he kills someone, like when he kills Mark later on, we'll look at it.
Yeah.
How do you not see him? How did he get in there and put that head in there?
Well,
like,
he's so around a lot. Jason's around a lot in this movie, and people never see him, so he must have an invisibility cloak or something, because he's like literally standing next to a tree, and people walk right by him, and it's like, how did you not see this fucking guy?
But you know what? His mom taught him manners because he removed the teapot.
Yeah, that's such a fucking stupid shot right before you lead into your main title. You know,
this whole beginning wasn't fucking needed.
It wasn't.
I think it actually, you have to put yourself into the times. This came out as like before the times of movie rentals, where you could rewatch a movie right before you watch the sequel or something. And so I think people, you know, probably back in those times need to be reminded of what happened in the last movie. You know, so it kind of makes sense to do these recaps. You know,
it just doesn't need to be 15 minutes long.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a staple of the Friday franchise, is doing the recaps all the way through part 7, crying out loud.
Oh God, they do. You're right.
They get better at them.
Yeah, The part 7 recap is fucking great. The rest of the movie sucks.
You know what? I actually watched part 7 this week because I watched it with the movie crypt commentary, which had Kane Hodder and the director.
Nice.
Future.
Oh shit!
Like,
go ahead.
The amount of shit that they edited out of that fucking movie, and the fact that literally you can get a uncut copy, but it's this like really bad Danish VHS, and it just makes me so sad that the Friday the 13th series has so many good effects and scenes that we will never see because they were taken out and then they just disappeared.
Yeah, apparently the producer on that movie was this just real cranky bitch, and she was fighting Buechler all the way on that whole movie. And
wait, hold on, was her name Kathleen Kennedy?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she was the original model for fucking Kathleen Kennedy. Apparently, she was just a total fucking wet towel on the whole fucking production, and it took everything out of it that was fun. Like that movie would have been way better if they had been able to let Buechler, whatever his name is, direct the movie the way he wanted to, because he's a gore effects guy, and it would have been fantastic. I'm sure,
So fun fact: this chick right here, a scene that was cut out of this movie is a scene of her full frontal nudity.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she was underage apparently
because she lied. She was underage.
Oh, then never mind then. Yeah.
Oh my god! Have you seen recent pictures of Marta Kober?
Oh, it's bad.
I'm gonna send you guys a picture. You can look at it. But she fell into, I think, methamphetamines or something, and she it looks like the nastiest prison bitch you ever seen in your life. Like,
who are you talking about?
Marta Kober, the chick in the scene right here.
Oh, okay, all right.
She was also in, I think, Slumber Party Massacre 2.
What kind of hat?
No, wait. Slumber Party Massacre 1, I think she was in. She was like the pizza delivery chick or something.
I legit want to know what kind of hat Crazy Ralph is wearing. It's a mixture between like a bucket hat and a fedora. And I've never seen it anywhere else except on him.
Oh, those those hats are like a holdover from the 70s, man. That was a 70s thing. Oh, you mean Crazy Ralph?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The little old school fedora.
It's a weird bucket hat fedora hat.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. Yeah, she was. Oh man.
Yeah, she fell hard, man.
Yeah. Holy shit.
She's busted.
I love that this whole him getting his truck pulled away is a prank. But if you sit down and go, wait, how did they know he would pull up to that phone booth and tow him from that place to here where you're waiting? This guy, I'm convinced that the redhead guy right here is psychic, because not only does he pull this off, he does not go back. Yeah, he survives. He does not go back with the others. His ability to wear short shorts and be psychic is beyond amazing.
Either that, or he's just like fucking Ichabod Crane over here. Yeah, he's like the luckiest fucking dude ever.
He predates the psychic from part 7, so maybe they're related. We don't know.
It was the longest time until I realized that this wasn't actually filmed in New Jersey. It's in Connecticut, but they did a good job scouting a location, that looks just like the one in New Jersey. They must have been like the site, the Novi Bosco must have been unavailable or something when they filmed this. So
yeah, from what I'm getting from the Wikipedia page, it was filmed in New Preston and Kent, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it has that same vibe. This is like the last movie they made where it has a real fucking lake in the movie. It's like everything after that just shrieks. Like part 3 is like a fucking stream or something.
Part 3, don't they have to like pump water up into this thing to get
that
lake?
Yeah, they made their own like little quote unquote lake. It looks more like a little stream or something, like a creek or something you'd find.
Because we were watching the documentary on the series and learning all this weird shit about it, things I just didn't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like how they're so confused by this piece of tree in the way, like, where did it come from? You're in a forest.
Yeah, you're in the
Look
forest.
at the
Yeah.
piece of tree. It's a dead piece of tree. It obviously fucking broke off.
These things happen when you live in the backcountry.
Absolutely. But do you think that maybe that was Jason trying to like ward them off, or maybe Crazy Ralph or the sheriff or something? Or no, not sheriff. Sheriff wouldn't do that. But maybe like, maybe Jason was like, like that's this little like handicap way of like trying to like ward.
He's like, listen. I know it's summer. I know there's a lake nearby. I know my camp's right here. Could you please not fuck in my woods this year? For the love of sake.
What do I gotta do to keep these fucking teenagers out of here, man? I'll just roll this log into the middle of the street. That'll work.
I'm tired of cleaning up I'm tired of cleaning up used condoms and fucking beer cans, okay? Fucking quit it.
Did we lose Jerry? Jerry, you still there?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay.
You just hearing
I was pondering your question, and since Jason is in the woods right here where the tree is, he either A, put it there, or B, was actually coming to move it because he's a good guy and just doesn't like asshole teenagers.
That's true, he doesn't. Do you guys play the game at all?
No, I don't really care for online games. Now, I've played the NES one.
I haven't played it yet, man. I've been waiting for it to drop on like I guess maybe the mainstream platform dropped already, right? Like
Yeah, it's on PS4 and Xbox One.
It's all over the place. The thing is, they've had legal issues, and now they can't. They cannot put any more stuff in the game. They can keep updating it and keep it running, but they cannot put any more stuff. They cannot like add any more stuff into the game, which really sucks.
I can't hear you over how tight her shorts are.
I know. It's a beautiful thing. No, but yeah, the guy who's suing, I guess,
Victor Miller.
Victor Miller is suing Cunningham, and like apparently Victor Miller is like getting death threats and shit, and then people are going insane over it. It's like, dude, okay, everybody just calm the fuck down. It's a fucking video game, you know?
Well, no. It's not just the video game. It's the video game. It's the franchise. It's the movie rights. It's everything. Like, he could make it to where we never get another thing of Friday the 13th ever again. Merchandise, movies, books, video games. He can literally kill the entire thing, all because he was a writer for hire and thinks he deserves rights, even though he was a writer for hire, which means Sean S. Cunningham keeps the rights. I think he will lose this.
Yeah, I think everybody just needs to fucking relax. Why does it Cunningham just give him a piece of the pie? You'll give him some money, he'll go away, and then
because like that's what apparently was tried. Victor doesn't want that. He wants his due. He wants the entire fucking cake.
Oh my god!
Really?
Dude. See, and that's the problem. Is just like they're gonna do that, and then they're gonna fuck it up for everybody. Anybody who makes any sort of art, sort of books. If they do a new like DVD release or Blu-ray release or 4K, just release or whatever, we won't get that because these guys are gonna be fighting over like who gets the pennies out of that deal. It's just like and from what I understand, like nobody owns the rights to the copyright to like the mask either because like nobody put it in or they just made it on the spot or whatever. So like anybody can make those masks and make money off of them.
You know what's fucking weird, man? It's like Victor Miller's an old dude, so like when you get to that age, you're kind of wondering like, what's his motivation to fucking hem up the franchise like that? I mean, do you really want your legacy to be all about fucking litigation and causing the fans pain? Like, I mean, he must really need a nut for his retirement or something because he like, what's the fucking point? Like. Would you want the fans of your work to be happy? I mean, when you create an IP for a production studio, you don't own it anymore. It belongs to the studio. So it's the same thing in comic books. If you create a character for, say, a storyline in Spider-Man at Marvel, as soon as you create it and you hand it over and it gets published, it's not yours anymore. It's the same kind of idea, I would think, with Jason. It's like, yeah, he's an iconic character. You created it and you gave it to... it became this thing you didn't know was going to become this thing. And so get over yourself, like just let it play out. I just really think it's really sad that that this whole thing is split Friday the 13th and Jason from being together. You know, it's like it's fucking retarded. It's like
yeah, because they're gonna be three Freddy versus Jasons, and they're gonna be like Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. You know, we could have had at least like some entertaining, fun stuff. It would have been stupid. It would have been campy and hokey, but at least it would have been fun. You know, and they're stopping for all this from happening.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if what Jerry says is true, man, it's like, you know, he should have just taken like a payday and walked away and been like, okay, I got something. Everybody's happy here. Everybody gets a little bit of something. And then now the legacy can continue and they can make more movies and people can enjoy the games. And, you know, I think it's obviously very short-sighted, but I think death threat's probably a little too far.
Agreed. I don't care what anyone, like, it's the same shit with like everyone who got all pissed off The Last Jedi. At no point should you be fucking
always comes back to Star Wars. Always comes back to Star Wars.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take it. I'll take it to Game of Thrones. Just because you
Nik
don't
Uttam's
like
here.
fucking what like Cersei did on Game of Thrones does not mean you send the actress goddamn death threats. Fucking quit being a fucking child.
And even the whole thing with Rostica, like, she's an actress who played a character. Calm the fuck down.
No Star Wars talk.
So I want to say
Friday the 13th talk.
So I want to say that Ginny is one of the most unique, quote unquote, final girls because she's not like most of the final girls. She's not like a virgin. She's clearly fucking.
Neither was Adrian. She wasn't a virgin either.
Well, yeah, but she also wasn't actively trying to have a mustache ride from Mustache Guy during that movie. As where Ginny is clearly trying to clearly not only banging Fred, but like she just doesn't come off like most of the other ones.
No, true. She is unique, but I mean, like Adrian, like and like whenever they got to the cabin. You know, they like you can tell her and her mustache dude like spent the night together because like she, you know, he drew her in the him in the morning or whatever. So like she was going through the drawings and stuff like that. So like they were, you know. Was
his name like Steve Christie or something? Like the guy,
yes, Steve Christie.
Yeah, something Christie because you know the Christies.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was implied that she fucking like hooked up with him or something, and then he like kind of gave her a job for the summer and. Then he wanted to get on that like after they were hanging gutters together, and then she was like, no, you were a mistake. Yeah, it's he looks funny. Like a fucking mistake too.
Oh god, yeah. It's funny with this movie how well loved this movie is, considering how like much shit Sean Cunningham, fucking Pamela Voorhees, not Pamela Voorhees, the actress.
Betsy Palmer
and Tom Savini talk shit about this movie.
Yeah.
They were just like, this idea is stupid. Jason did not see his mother survive. If there's no way Jason is living out in the woods, and at no point did he not go tell his mom, hey, I'm actually alive. You don't have to kill a bunch of people. I just live out in the woods in my shack. Shit's cool.
No. I totally agree with that. That's true. But I mean, like, then we wouldn't have gotten the wonderfulness that is the whole series of these movies.
And all of a sudden, we're watching The Burning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Savini went over to The Burning. But I think Savini was doing The Burning when this came out.
He did. He chose to do The Burning over this movie, which is funny because the scene we're watching is like the exact same scene that is in The Burning.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's so weird how that just coincidentally they both came about unless they were like trading secrets or something. But yeah, we can all agree that Cunningham, I think, is like a lucky fool in a way because he didn't. I mean, let's be honest, he doesn't really know what makes these movies great. Like, because he was responsible behind the fiasco that was 9. You know, like Jason Goes to Hell.
Don't get me started. You know, fucking Creighton Duke in Part 9. Jesus Christ.
Part 9 does not exist to me.
Creighton fucking Duke.
I have said my piece on that movie on a Skeleton Crew episode, and as far as I'm concerned, it no longer exists.
I'll have the
Even
Jason
though it was
fries.
the first Friday movie I saw in theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I later sued my uncle for child abuse for taking me.
Did you win?
No, I'm from Alabama, so they said I can't sue someone I've probably had sex with.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna say your uncle abused you. I'm sure you were like, oh, couldn't you just touch my pee-pee? Why do I have to watch
my
this
dad
movie?
was very protective over his property.
Funny thing about Jason Goes to Hell is I invited Adam Marcus on this show. I sent him a message. I was like, hey, do you want to come on the show and do an interview? And he never responded. So I guess he's a little afraid of the fans maybe at this point. But
What you should do is listen to the commentary for part 9. It's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, I don't own a copy yet, so I definitely want to listen to that though.
Oh man, the commentary is gold. I think it was done by it was directed by 2 directors, and I think they kind of get drunk and talk about it, and they're just like, yeah, this was shit.
The only way I will ever own that movie is if I look up and find the laser disc. That's the only way I will own it.
Why is that?
Just because it's the laser disc and I have a fucking erection for laser disc. You know how like some guys have small penises, so they get like really big trucks? Well, with my small penis, I get laser disc, and I just go, look how fucking big this disc is.
It's like a frisbee.
Yeah.
You could sort of Thanksgiving dinner on this thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say you could like carve a turkey on those fucking things. They're so big.
Yeah.
I don't know. The weird thing is though, is because I love this franchise so much, but I keep going back to part 9 and trying to find things about it that I'll like. You know, like I do these mental gymnastics to try to figure out ways to like it. And it makes it so hard to like that movie.
I tried, man.
Yeah.
I started making all kind of weird connections where I was like putting Creighton Duke in the same world as like the Supernatural TV show and like explaining all this shit away by just crossing universes on the Skeleton Crew episode. And like after the show, Alex was just like, are you fucking high right now?
Yeah.
But literally, he asked me to come on that show like an hour before they were going to record it. So I didn't have time for anything.
Oh, jeez.
That's a tough one. I remember like back when I was in like college, a long time ago. I had a Halloween party, so I went to the Blockbuster to rent a bunch of Halloween, scary movies, horror movies for the party, just to play in the background, and like everything was like rented out on Friday the 13th, and the only one that wasn't rented was part 9. Jason Goes to Hell. And so I rented it anyway, and I had it playing, and like it was just like the worst fucking thing ever. It was
there was like just one guy in the corner watching the fucking shaving scene, touching himself. Like, great fucking party, man. How did he get into that fucking cabin? Like, how did he even get in there?
He
also
teleported. I don't know.
this scene shows us that Jason Voorhees is actually Slender Man, and he's 12 fucking feet tall, or he hangs from trees like an orangutan.
This doesn't really have this scene. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of logic behind it as far as a kill. But I think Crazy Ralph should have gotten a better kill if you're gonna kill him off. I think they realized that they made a huge mistake killing off Crazy Ralph. Because there's always been like a Crazy Ralph replacement.
Because in part 3, you have the guy who was laying in the middle of the road.
Yeah, right, with the eyeball, and then you had
Crazy Randall. That's who he was.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta suck though to be choked out by fucking barbed wire.
Yeah.
Not only can you not breathe, but you're getting stabbed at the same fucking time.
Oh, hey, by the way, did he fuck this chick on her period? Because, like, remember the comment before, like...
Keep clean on your menstrual cycle, ladies.
Yeah. He is like, oh, shit, there's a little bit of blood on the sheets there. Maybe we should be careful, the bears out there, No one should get eaten.
Also, wheelchair guy commenting on people running by, like, go fuck yourself.
Okay, well, first of all, Mark is the greatest character to ever grace a Friday the 13th movie. And he gets it worse than anyone because he doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He's well behaved. He's optimistic about his paralyzation. He's about to get laid. And Jason's just like, nah, homie, to the face.
I smell sex. No.
He even won't even be like they're like, I'm not going to go out and party because no one wants to party with a handicapped guy. Which I'm like, no, I definitely want to party with the guy in the wheelchair. Where like, it's not like you're the fucking dude from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're not annoying. You're cool.
Yeah, it's like fucking Chris Reeves or something, you know, like.
Oh God.
Yeah, like you would be hanging out with all the cool kids on Dazed and Confused, man. Okay.
It's weird because I'm trying to figure, like, I've always tried to wrap my mind around, like, why this chick wants to fuck him so bad when he apparently, like, you know, from the waist down has got, like, nothing going on there.
It's the same thing if you're, like, the only black dude, like, in a party, like, girls want to fuck
him.
Yeah. It's that whole thing. It's like, he's different, I want to see what he's got. It's that whole thing.
Yeah, bucket list. It's a bucket list thing. It's like...
It's like this. If a hot midget chick walked up to you and was like, you trying to fuck? You're going to say yes because later you're going to call your friends and be like, guys, last night I fucked a midget. And you know what she's going to do later on? She's going to go, guys, last night I did reverse cowgirl in a wheelchair.
My call reference will be like, dudes, check your email. I just sent you a Google Drive of like all the pictures and video I took last night. Enjoy.
Yeah, like,
man,
like I'm just saying.
If they ever needed to make a porn parody for horrorporn.com or whatever, it'd be like that wheelchair fucking scene we never got to see in this movie.
For real.
Oh god, I still can't believe that fucking site exists, but then again, it's the internet, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Look at Ginny being such a good person and putting the chainsaw away in a proper place where the kids, when they show up, won't get hurt on it. What a good person. That's obviously not there to set up anything later. It's just her being a good person.
Well, see, like, he's the one who's like, all right, chainsaw's there, got it. I know where to get it to kill these kids.
Yo.
Man, I would love that. Well, I would have loved that full frontal scene if she was of age.
Oh,
she
man,
gets
I know.
topless in another movie a few years down the road.
Oh, okay.
She does have, like, those boobs almost look like implants. Are so perky. It's insane.
Yeah. Those are probably the third best pair of boobs in the series. Obviously, the first one goes to Debbie in part 5. I'm sorry, Tina in part 5.
Tina in part 5. Tina in part 5.
Which is the chick in part 3 with the blue bikini with the yo-yo to the face? She's got some nice.
She's all. Yeah, she's good, but she ain't at Tina part 5. And no matter what you say about the remake, she had stupendous titties.
Oh yeah.
Perfect nipple placement.
Yeah. The girl in the beginning kept like oiling up her boobs or whatever to like you know, lead on her boyfriend or something. Yeah, I remember that. But no, I Tina in part 5. You're talking about the girl in the woods who got like the the giant the hedge clippers to her face.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, she does take.
Yeah.
She that's the whole reason she got hired for that movie.
Yep.
They actually had another actress lined up to play that role, and she got kicked off the role, and because of that chick's tits were so huge. The director of that movie was a porno director, so they were definitely ramping shit up.
Where does part 2 land on y'all's list of Friday movies? What number is it for you?
Oh God. It's always changing around. I always say this when that question comes up.
What's your current top 3 Friday the 13th movies?
Well, part 5 will always be my favorite because that's the one that got me into horror when I was a kid. Part 5 just seemed to be like right at the right time, at the right age. And I love that movie, even though it's like,
I am with you. I will defend part 5 to the death. I will enter any kind of fucking fight club over it. Part 5 is fantastic. I don't want to hear this shit. Well, it's not Jason. You know what?
Well, no. Here's the thing. Jason does show up in that movie. If you look at the chevrons on the mask, he does show up.
Yeah,
in the movie.
He does.
Yeah,
He
and
does.
delusions and stuff like that. Like when he's
Yeah.
Jarvis
Like-
looking out the window and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, part 4 is my favorite. Part 2 is my second favorite, and part 5 is my third favorite. That my top 3 has always been those 3.
So I had 5. I would go 5. 5 is my favorite for nostalgia reasons, but then I definitely have to go straight to 4. 4 is the best one in my opinion of the whole franchise, and then it would probably be 2, and then 3, 8, and then 1. I like 1 a lot, but I love the hockey mask.
8 is high for you.
I like 8 a lot. I know it's a shitty movie, but I just love that it's oozing with cheese, and I love that.
Here's the thing. The second worst Friday the 13th movie is better than 90% of the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Yeah.
Yeah, those drop off real quick. Those drop off super quick.
Like, besides Jason Goes to Hell, I have no problem sitting down and watching any of the Friday the 13th movies.
Right. I have a soft spot for Freddy though. I do like. I like all the way through. 4 is all top notch for me. But then when Freddy's dead, I mean, I just can't get on board with that. That shit movie's so fucking bad.
I only like one Nightmare on Elm Street movie and hate the rest of them.
Part 2.
It is part 2.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Well, here's the thing. So
it should be noted that is the gayest of the Friday movies. But
oh yeah, dude! I watched
fucking
it.
spectacular though. I do like.
I watched it while blowing a dude to get the full experience.
That's how you should. That's how you should watch that movie.
Yeah.
So you got the full experience. That's good.
Oh yeah. But yeah, because oh shit! It's a town that dreaded sundown. I just saw him run into the woods.
Hey, I actually went as Baghead Jason back in grade school. I think like 8th grade or something. I had a plaid shirt and some I cut up an old pillowcase or something. And nobody knew who I was supposed to be because nobody gave a fuck about Baghead Jason. Back in the 80s when I was in grade school, it was all about the hockey mask. So I went as Baghead Jason and people just thought I was the laziest
Yeah, but he didn't get his mask until part 3 in 82, so.
I used to hook up with a chick that I told her I was super into this movie to make her wear a bag on her head.
Oh man, did she have one eye open, or was it just the bag, nothing, and that's it?
I don't know. If I saw her, it was either the back of her head or she was wearing a bag.
Did you put a bag on your head too in case hers fell off? A double bagger?
No, I just blindfolded myself with a bandana and said this was my kink and don't kink shame me.
Kink shame.
Oh my God.
I'm learning a lot about you tonight, Jerry. God, you have an interesting glowing personality. I love it. You're into kinky shit. You're into crazy porno parodies. You wear a bag over your head when you fuck chicks.
I don't want to pimp myself too much, but if you want to hear some funny shit, we did an interview. I like to interview podcasters, and I've interviewed JP from 22 Shots.
Oh yeah.
I interviewed Dave Z from Exploding Heads and Banana Laser and Skeleton Crew, and that was one of the funniest times. And I recently interviewed Watson from Horror Corridor. Mm-hmm. But if you want some shit, those are the ones to listen to.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
You get to hear a story about Dave Z getting accused of rape falsely by a chick. And then after all is said and done and she drops the charges, he goes back and have sex with her. There is not a person in a Friday the 13th movie who makes a decision that fucking stupid.
Oh my God, yeah.
In case you thought I wasn't going to bring that back to the Friday the 13th.
That's like Murphy's Law. It's like anything that can happen will happen eventually. It's that's fucked up, man. But it's funny. Somebody in one of our comments on the R-rated YouTube channel said that I should be interviewed for your show. I don't remember who it was, but somebody said maybe it was Abraham Ram or something. Like somebody said.
Oh, Ram Man? It probably was Ram Man.
I didn't realize that you were doing interviews. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to go back and listen to those, man.
So it started because it started really quickly. It started because I had Alex on for a show. The movie we were doing, I made him watch a really weird Japanese movie, and him and Kenneth were not feeling it. The review wasn't going good, so we just dropped it and we just interviewed Alex. And so after that, I was like,
Nice.
I kind of want to do this, but take it seriously. So I did, and I did JP, and I've done Dave Z, and I've done Watson. But if you come on there, be ready, because I will ask you some real personal shit, and you might hear stories about finding out your girlfriend was a online porn star, or having sex while watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 on VHS. Those are the kind of things that come
I've had
up.
an interesting life, man. I've been around the block. I mean, believe me, I could tell you some stories.
See, then you need to be on.
If you're a good interviewer, my life's an open book. I'm not afraid to share anything anyway. So, I would love to do your show sometime if you ever have a spot open. Yeah, bring me on, dude.
Oh, yeah, those I do by myself, so I don't have to, like, get Jay and Kenneth and be like, we have to do this interview at this time. So I can literally just be like, hey, are you off this day or this day? We can do it either one. It's way easier. I just need time to gather up questions.
You'll be like, oh, tonight's guest does a podcast nobody listens to on horrorphilia.com. Has no subscribers on
and
YouTube.
It's not the Woodsboro brothers.
Oh, come on, people listen to it, man. It's not that bad.
I just like fucking with Andrew.
Yeah, JP's another dude I need to. I haven't we chatted a little bit about doing some podcast artwork for I guess 22 Shots or something, but it never happened.
We can bring up the
but,
fact that you have drawn me.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, boy, did I enjoy that. Yeah, you were eating a Tang sandwich, I think, or something.
Wait, hold on. What in a Tang sandwich?
Oh, I used to be, and I kind of am again on the Married with Children podcast. And Alex got Josh to do the artwork for it, which was fucking beautiful. And I just wanted to know what happened when Alex was like, can you make Jerry wear this Steve shirt, eat a Tang sandwich, and give him a bottle of Milo sweet tea?
Yeah. Alex had a lot of really specific ideas on what he wanted in that. And that, it was very detailed. And yeah, you definitely had to be wearing this outfit and drinking this drink and eating a Tang sandwich and all this shit. And I was like, hey, man, let's do it right. Fuck it. Let's get all the details in there. And it was fun. I was like,
it was beautiful. You got me fucking spot on.
Yeah, I did your portrait essentially.
Holy shit, did you get me spot on? I sometimes like to pretend that picture is my twin, and then I jack off to it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, hey, dude.
So it's kind of an incest thing, okay.
No, well, it is, but if someone walks in, I can be like, no, look at the two strippers. They're based off porn stars. I'm not doing anything wrong. It works out just fine.
All right, yeah, definitely. I'm glad you got your story in case, like, you get caught, like, you're covered. Boom, done.
Yeah, I like to have exits.
Ooh, okay, look at this, all of a sudden, I'm very interested in the movie again. This chick is really too skinny, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she is.
You know what? I don't care.
Can we please get Deborah Voorhees? Can we get her?
I know. You guys notice her hair is wet?
I mean, look. If you can see the spine, then just pretend it's necrophilia. Okay?
That's what I always do.
That's what my good friend Kenneth says.
I always like to think about, banging a corpse when I'm on top of it. I mean, that just turns me on.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you don't have sex while watching Necromantic, I don't know what. You're not a real horror fan.
You're a real American.
I'm always like, can you make your mouth really dry, roll your eyes in the back of your head? I mean, don't kink shame. Don't kink shame.
Exactly. No kink shaming. Like this chick who wants to bang a guy in a wheelchair.
Mm.
To be fair, he's a good-looking dude.
Yeah,
I think he's athletic.
He's actually, I think he was gay, right? Did he die of AIDS or something? Or
I don't know, but it sounds to me like you're saying I have a chance. Hey, Microvision. That's what, in case you were wondering those video game systems right there called. They're called Microvision. They were the first handheld cartridge-based video game system.
Yeah, dude, that's old school 80s technology, man. I love it.
I'm bringing in that information right now.
There you go.
Hell yeah. I like the girl in the purple with the brown panties or whatever. Like she's kind of adorable. She's like the girl next door, like that's the kind of girl you like want to lose your virginity to or something.
Every Friday the 13th is really good about having a lot of chicks who look like the girl next door. Like that is like
that's the look, and that's always been the look of like the slasher genre in that time. It's like you want that girl because in all reality, that girl could be anybody, and also the girl next door is kind of like, a hidden thing. It's like, she's the girl next door. You don't know what she's into. She could be into some weird shit. She could just be into some basic stuff. We don't know.
Yeah. This ain't no Jim Wynorski movie we're watching here.
Yeah. We don't kink shame around here.
Oh God.
I like that the first thing he threw were like shoes and pants.
It's a reverse striptease, essentially.
Yeah, like he's basically saying, look, I mostly just want to see your titties.
Yeah.
I wish you'd get your hands on me.
And now it is. It's fucking hilarious.
I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah, it would. So
this actress, she's fucked up too, man. She's got a mugshot. I'm gonna send it over to you. She had a fall from grace as well, man. I love to revel in the the destruction of people, these beautiful women, they have the fallen angels turn me on. Don't kink shame me. Don't kink shame me.
Hey, what you do while you watch The Decline of the Western Civilization Part 2 is your own business.
So wait, hold on. Do you hang out at a lot of like rehab centers and like just pick up chicks that way?
Yeah, I hang around halfway houses,
there
essentially.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's in jail, but she does not look any different from her, like what she looks like now. Honestly, that is really strange. She doesn't look that much older. It's fucking weird.
She's not bad. I'd still, try to
definitely not as bad as the Marta Kober, but she's like
I'd try to dick her down in a trailer park.
Yeah, she's like the last call at the bar kind of situation going on. Yeah,
Marta Kober looks like the kid from the fucking Partridge Family or the I don't know, not the Partridge Family. What is it?
What kind of fucked up Partridge Family did you watch?
No, they're the family on TV who would sing while they were on the bus or something.
Oh, you're talking about the I know what you're talking about, the Partridge Family, right?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. But yeah, there's like the little redheaded son or whatever. She looks like him.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about Danny Bonaducci, I think.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think he died or something not too long ago.
Did he really? God.
Let's bring up all the fun stuff. People becoming addicted to drugs, DUIs, dying young. Yeah, this is fun.
You went through all that shit for a small ass Swiss Army knife. Like, y'all have a kitchen. Just go to the kitchen and get a fucking knife. You heard it. She's gonna kill you.
No, actually, he is unfortunately still alive. But Danny Bonaducci is still alive. He is 58 years old.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, thought he was fucking dead.
Oh.
She screams as it goes into this badass guitar riff.
That fucking shirt is dope. I love that.
All those guys in their cowboy shirts. Look at that. It's like an episode of Hee Haw.
Was that guy wearing a dog collar?
Yep. He's wearing a dog collar.
You are not dressed like you should be wearing a dog collar, sir.
Don't kink shame him, man. Don't kink shame him. He's doing his thing.
Oh, God damn it. No kink shaming. My bad.
No kink shaming.
My bad. There's a whole lot of flannel going on.
They're in the middle. Okay. Look at dude in the middle here. This green turtleneck and like red shirt on top of that. Like he's warm as shit right now.
See, this is 81, so shit was still carrying over from the 70s a little bit,
That's true.
There's a Galaxian arcade machine. I love
Kiss
that.
pinball.
And a Kiss pinball, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I went with as much flannel as in this movie. I wonder if Kurt Cobain watched this.
I think it was inspiration for the movie, for the wardrobe.
Like, cause he would wear a button-up flannel with a dog collar. That's right up his alley. I'm pretty positive he watched this.
Oh, probably.
A frightened retard.
How dare you?
You know what's worse than a child trapped in a man's body? A man trapped in a child's body.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to put this episode out.
If you actually listen to all of our episodes, you would know that's not true.
Oh, I know. I've listened to quite a few of them.
Believe me, there's some really atrocious episodes where a lot of things get said that probably should get edited out.
Dude, you've heard our commentary. It's like we go off the fucking rails, man. It's bad.
You know what? One of my favorite commentaries y'all did was Night of the Creeps.
Oh, yeah. Me and Wizzel.
That was a really good one.
That was really good. No, me and Wizzel were on it that night. We were just, we hit the flow. I mean, that was a fun show for sure. Really, I mean, there's so much shit to talk about in that movie too, but you know, we definitely had a chemistry flow in that night. That was a good one. That one, the Freddy versus Jason was good. I think the
Freddy versus Jason is the next one on my list to do.
Oh yeah. Well, we finally made the Portophilia.com top 10 list for 1 month. And I was like, oh cool. Yeah. And then apparently like it was just because of that movie, because everybody watches like Freddy versus Jason anything. So I was like, oh well.
That's true. Who cares? You made it.
What's that?
I said, who cares? You made it. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that on the wall?
That is, those are seashells, sir.
No, not what's on the shelf. What's on the wall? The thing that looked like a wooden fucking turkey.
That's a wooden fucking turkey.
Is it a wooden fucking turkey? Hey, you see
turkey.
this table that they have the ashtrays of the book on that has like the magazines you can put on the side? My dad legit had one just like that, except it wasn't that shit color green.
That puce green color?
Yeah.
You know what? He should have grabbed the mask on that spear and taken it up with him. That'd have been funny.
Okay, the thing right behind Mark's head. Okay, if he moves his big fucking Beatles haircut out of the way, I want to know.
I think it's like taxidermy or something, right?
I don't know it.
We're gonna see it. The camera's moving. It's happening.
Okay. No, it is a turkey.
I think this chick is like, I cannot be subtle anymore. I just basically have to like fucking rape this guy to get some action tonight. She's like, everybody's pairing off, everybody's fucking.
Or they're gone or something. So you know, she's just like.
I just want to point out, he definitely just dropped that he eats pussy.
I brought my fucking sexiest brown panties.
Yeah,
and my perfume.
Now, okay, I was born in '88, so I'm a youngin'.
Oh, okay,
but
so you're 30?
Yeah, I'll be 30 this year.
Okay.
But it's okay because I still look like I'm 15, so it works out perfect. I have the dick of a 4-year-old. So, but my question is, in the 80s, were y'all attracted to panties that you could shit in and not tell? Was that just a thing y'all were into?
I was gonna say that. That's why they're brown. Because then she can shit herself and nobody will know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, I'm into it. Don't kink shame me, all right? I mean, come on.
Hey, I'm not trying to. Hey, if you've got a little German in you, I'm not one to say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you. I'm not into that. You know.
I always grew up like thinking that like chicks always wore black panties when they wanted to get down to fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that was my thought as well.
Brown is just like a weird. It just gives you a weird.
It's like you met her on laundry day or something, and that's all she had. It's like fuck. All right, whatever. We'll work with this.
Well, I have never encountered a woman or a girl in my days who ever wore a pair of shit brown.
In your entire life? That's really sad.
Yeah, I'm an incel. No, I mean, I've never seen a girl with like brown panties ever. You know, I mean, of all the drawers, all the panty snooping that I did in my lifetime, going into girls' rooms when they're not home, looking through their drawers, I never saw brown panties in there. It's never.
Yeah.
Were you your neighborhood's panty raider? Like you would just go into the rooms at night and get their underwear and then just take it home with you?
Like it makes a little bit more sense because it matches her bra.
I'm just asking. That's all I'm doing. Like this girl in her giant sweater. Like she's using a giant sweater and then panties. I'm like, okay.
Why did you take off a sweater to put on another sweater?
Because it's Argyle and it's beautiful. That's why.
And like those black ones look way better, even though you have no ass. Those black ones still looked way better. Oh yeah,
black is the classic. Like my first girlfriend told me that. Like back when I was like 18, she's like, "Oh yeah, these are fucking panties." These are like.
Time out. Your mom didn't date you until you were 18?
How dare you? How dare you?
I know your mother's a saint. Saint of this dig. I like that she just like perfumes, like she just like vagina. I feel like you don't want to like spray perfume on your vagina because he's already hinted that he's gonna go eating, and I'm pretty sure that perfume does not taste good. Well,
that's all I can do. But nobody wants a mouthful of fucking perfume, like You ever kiss a chick's neck or something and they got perfume all over? It's like, ah.
Oh, you get that you get that taste. It's like, oh man, fuck this.
Yeah. It's like, come on, yeah. Yeah, it'd be even worse if you're, I mean, I guess all you need is a good punani wash or something. You don't need some perfume. I guess she's in a pinch though. She's at camp, so.
Shit, you're in the 80s. You don't even have to do that. There's not even porn on the internet yet. They'll take anything. You could have pulled out a dick and he'd probably still go for it.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Maybe she's like, I haven't had a shower in 3 days. I gotta do something because,
You're working this camp in the woods, goddammit. At least fucking shower. Put some water in that shit.
Yeah, she's got no ass. That's the problem.
No, she doesn't. But, here's the thing. Mark don't care. Mark's in a wheelchair. Okay?
I don't think Mark wants to fuck her. He's like, I'm gonna be raped by this girl. I don't know what to do.
Mark's like, I gotta train, man. I gotta train. And she's like, yeah, I'll train you.
He's like desperately trying to find somebody to run interference for him, and like there's nobody around, Finally, he's like, I'd rather get a fucking machete to the face than fuck this chick. And like it's like.
I still maintain that Mark is the only victim of Jason I feel bad for, and if I had a time machine by H.G. Wells, I would go back and I would save Mark, and I'd be like, no, let him fuck first, at least, Jason. Calm down. You let Tina fuck.
Give them 30 minutes, and then you fucking decapitate them. It's fine.
Yeah, at least let him get the tip in first. Jesus.
That's all he got in.
Fucking brutal. It's such a weird I always try to figure out what the fucking deal is with the shot down the stairs.
It's a reference to Psycho.
And also,
okay.
Also, he doesn't fall back at all. He stays in that chair. He doesn't just fall back and stuff. Coming and going.
This is where he finds out that she's actually a vampire.
Sucking on that Adam's apple.
Which is kind of gross to me. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I've made out with some chicks that have Adam's apples, but I've never sucked on them.
Right, don't kink shame, man. Don't kink shame.
I'm really gonna say that chicks are not supposed to have Adam's apples, but whatever, man.
What do you mean they don't have Adam's apples? Some of them do.
Then they're probably not female.
Look. I don't care as long as the mouth is good. Is what I'm saying.
All right. That's fine.
If Jason loved the fact that he got a hockey mask in the next movie, why didn't he take the caveman mask? That's better than the fucking sackhead. He just throws that shit on that. I'm gonna take the spear, but I'm gonna leave the mask.
He carried his dead mother in that sack, and it reminds her of him. Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And he gets a smell every time he puts it on, so he likes having it on his face.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather look like a potato than a fucking caveman.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Like, putting on the caveman mask would have been... I think that would have been almost too hilarious. And they probably didn't want to go that route, which they should have.
Such a good kill scene that I wish I could see what it originally looked like. That guy in the white cowboy hat is not fooling anyone. He will be killing someone later tonight when he goes and picks up a prostitute.
Bullshit. He's sleeping in the bar tonight.
The redhead guy, he looks like if Big Bird was a human but failed at life.
I always think he looks like Ichabod Crane from
Oh, the Disney cartoon?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He's tall and lanky. He's got that look to him, yeah. But like he's like, you know, apparently, you know, because of him being in the bar and drinking the whole night, it saved his life.
Yeah, but
that's true.
The thing is, I would probably end up hanging out with this dude because he's a fucking party animal, dude. He's like, you know, he's staying till fucking last call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I also want to point out how far ahead this movie was of its time. One black guy does not die in this movie. There is one black guy in this movie, and does Steve Miner kill him? No. Steve Miner says, I don't believe in your tropes. I'm going to steal every Giallo trope, but I'm not going to steal an American trope, okay?
Yeah, I think like him and the Asian chick wandered off together, and
oh yeah, of course they did. Of course they did.
Speaking of Asian chicks, have y'all? The Asian chick from Night of the Demons has some.
Oh my god,
tits.
Oh yeah.
Not, you know what a fun fact is?
She was in Friday the 13th Part 8 too.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
With the guitar in the boiler room.
Right. Yeah.
I can actually prove to you that October 14th, 1988 is the greatest day to ever happen, ever. Okay, it only takes me 3 steps. All right, 1, Pumpkinhead premiered in theaters.
Oh,
2,
yeah, that's a good one.
Night of the Demons premiered in theaters.
Yeah.
3, I premiered out of my mother's vagina.
Oh shit.
Like a little ghoulie coming out of the toilet and shit.
And then she took you to the movies to watch.
Yeah.
She took you to the movies to watch Night of the Demons.
Yeah, man, you were born under the sign of Linnea Quigley's ass from Night of the Demons, which is fucking
pretty much
fantastic.
Like if I want to do a porno where it's Pumpkinhead fucking Angela, like but demon version of Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the remake?
I actually have never watched it, and I want to because I'm usually much nicer on remakes than most people.
Dude, I did a commentary for that with Revival House. They did it, and I was a guest on their show. So go over to their channel and check it out because it has Eddie Furlong in it and fucking what's her name? The American Pie chick.
Monica Kino.
Eddie Furlong was in Brain Scan. His best movie ever.
Oh my god.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one.
He was in another shitty movie also, like Terminator 2 or something. He did what?
He played Jesus in the movie.
He played Jesus?
Yeah, he played Jesus.
Oh
my god.
I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
I am 100% not kidding. Because me and the guys on the podcast World Class Bullshitters, we looked it up one day and we're like, yep, he was Jesus in this movie that he had done, and it was like complete bomb, and nobody has ever seen it before, and I don't think any like copies of it exist or anything. Like, it's fucking bad.
He looked fucking horrible in that Night of the Demons remake. I mean, he looked like he's seen better times. Like he was like fucking, you know, drugged out and fucking an alcoholic or something at that point. Like, you know.
Do you think Jason takes the bodies back to his place to eat them or fuck them?
I'm gonna go with number 2, Alex.
Third option, he sets them up for tea parties.
Ooh.
I like the third option. Don't kink shame, but I like the third option. You know, like necrophiliac tea party is definitely, you know, it's a new kink out there. But you know, hey, don't kink shame.
Dude,
you know?
maybe Jason is Jason is British. He removed the teapot off the stove in here. He takes bodies back to have tea time. Like, he's British.
He's a trendsetter. He's a hipster fucking Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, he brews his own beer. You know, he makes his own kombucha. Like, you know, he's there, man. He's there.
There's someone in this room. And I've got a spear that I'm going to completely mess with.
You guys like
And
those?
now we're gonna.
You guys like
what?
Oh, sorry. You were.
I was talking about this sex scene in front of us.
Oh, okay. I was just looking at those fucking National Geographics on the table, but
there are so many.
You guys like those the Town That's Dreaded Sundown? Like those are pretty good. The remake actually was pretty fucking good, but both of them I like a lot. What do you think?
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of both of them. There's a movie theater here called, it's a tattoo shop and a movie theater and a haunted house all together.
Where the fuck
And
do you
on
live?
weekends, Nashville, Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah. And they actually throw a horror convention.
Wait, I know.
And
Wait,
it's,
no. Is the guy Ben Dixon? Is that the guy?
yeah, Ben Dixon. That's my dude
I
right
know
there.
Him and his wife is in a lot of movies, actually. Stacey Dixon.
Yes,
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
Yep. But he's got an awesome original Town That Dreaded Sundown poster at his movie theater.
Nice.
Fucking well, I'm actually going there while everyone is watching this for Friday the 13th. I'll be there watching the Kane Hodder documentary and then the original Friday the 13th
Ooh.
at his theater.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see that Kane Hodder fucking documentary. Dude.
I can't wait to see Kane Hodder fuck either. He is huge. I actually have a Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason Takes Manhattan VHS signed by Kane Hodder.
Wait,
Nice.
I know. I think in that movie, like, there's this joke where he comes out with like a boner or whatever, like a piece like in his pants or something. It looks like a giant dick. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
It was like a related scene somewhere, and I remember seeing it. I was like, I want to get a picture. I want to get a screenshot of that and have him sign it. Be like, here, sign this.
Is Kane Hodder married? Is he?
I know he's got kids because his kids were with him when he was at the Full Moon Convention. Because
Okay.
like when we went to go see Victor Crowley when
Yeah.
Adam Green was doing his tour,
Yeah.
in our screening was Caroline Williams, Felissa Rose,
Oh,
Kane
wow.
Hodder,
That's awesome.
Danielle
Oh
Harris.
shit.
No way.
Like
Really?
it will, yeah, because they were all at
Star-studded,
the
huh?
convention. Like it was great. I literally hung out with Felissa like all weekend.
Yeah, she loves her fans and she loves to get drunk a lot.
Yeah,
She seems like a really cool chick, man.
She
I
is.
really
she
would love
is
to meet her.
awesome.
Yeah, I love her. I follow her on Instagram, and her pictures
Yeah.
are fucking hilarious. I love them.
Her and Adam Green are like the two nicest people I've ever met.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I met him when he was doing his Holliston thing at Horror Hound in Cincinnati like years ago. It was the whole like Holliston cast, and they were signing
Oh.
posts for that, and I had him sign the Hatchet poster I had.
I love Laura Ortiz from
Oh my
Holliston. I just
God.
want to say that.
She's
Oh my
she's
God,
really
dude.
fucking cute.
Yeah, I love Holliston. I can't wait for them to do a season 3.
Oh, man.
I think that the point I was originally trying to get at with Kane Hodder was, you think he like fucking hooks up with chicks at those cons, or think he's just like fucking over it, you know?
I don't know. I think at this point he's probably fucking over it.
Yeah.
He probably did it, but I don't know because he might be self conscious about his body because of like the crazy amount of burns.
Yeah.
That's true.
But who knows? I mean, I don't know. Some people might be into it. I'm not kink shaming, you know. It's weird that you fuck Jason and pretend that he's Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
but
I was
whatever.
gonna say it's like you're banging Jason and Freddy at the same time.
Yeah, that's my kind
No,
of.
I
Jason.
have-
And then what is it? Doug Browning's in the corner jerking off. It's weird. Don't do that. But I mean, like, yeah, Kane is at every horror convention that goes on every year. Like, he's there all the fucking time. So I'm sure he's
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done with it. I'm just sure he's trying to make his money and then like leave or whatever.
I will say Kane Hodder is not. He's nice, but he won't sit there and like talk with you forever like Melissa or Caroline or Adam.
I mean, that's very true. I remember working at a convention. I worked at a national convention years ago, and I was next to him the whole weekend, and that was fun. I introduced myself, and I told him, I was like, talk to him, and he talked to me, and then like Saturday, I started fucking with me, and I started fucking with him back.
Did you wear a condom?
What?
Did you wear a condom?
No. Like, we were at the convention. He was trying to joke with me, and I was joking with him. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
You didn't. Oh, so you did not have sex with him?
I
Well,
did
this
not,
story
I
got
did
boring.
not. He's a big dude. I'm not trying to get into that. Yeah, I'm more of a dom than a sub. I don't play that way.
Here's my golden rule: if I can wake up from it with a story, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, that's what those horror cons are, man. You'll wake up with a story for sure.
I think somebody needs to interview you for a show, man. Like maybe we'll do that over here at our.
I don't think y'all are ready for that.
Oh fuck, dude! I did that shit for 5 years, man. I've seen some shit. I've heard some shit. People have asked me about some stuff. I know. Oh my god. Oh man. And like the weird thing is, I became really good friends with people who would run the cons. And I knew all their weird shit too. And there's some who are, nice to your face and assholes behind you, and like there's some people who are nice all the way through, and like, it's weird, man. It's weird. You learn a lot of things when you work the conventions as opposed to just go to them.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we have to talk about this scene.
Oh yeah, this is one of those scenes that have been debated for years and years.
The
and
pissing
years.
scene.
Yeah.
Is it the rat or is it her? Because that's a lot of piss for a rat.
It is.
Like,
do you think at this point she would be so terrified that she would piss herself? And plus, she's kind of an alpha female, so I don't get the feeling that she's the type of person who would just totally fucking piss herself. So,
did y'all see the other movie that this rat was in? He made a cameo in The Prowler.
Was it Willard or was it Ratatouille?
It was The Prowler.
The Prowler. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He really wanted to work with Tom Savini, and he thought Tom Savini was going to be on this project, and he wasn't, so he went to go on to do The Prowler.
What happens is, man, you got to get a better agent. That's how that shit works, man. You got to get a better agent.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I still maintain it's her pissing. No matter how brave you are, to quote the great god of men, Jeff Goldblum, when you gotta go, you gotta go. What kind of shitty craftsmanship is this chair and this shovel?
The chair and the pitchfork fucking shit the bed at the same time?
Yeah, both of them. Oh, look, it's that chainsaw she properly put away earlier. Who would have known that would have came back into play?
I know. Jeez.
I didn't guess that at all. Look, that chair sucks too.
It's all made in China, man. All of it. Every
Wait, did all chairs just suck in the 80s? Was that a thing?
Why didn't she take the chainsaw and finish his ass off? That's what I want to know.
She's not a murderer. She's a good, wholesome person. Josh, jeez.
Oh, that's right. She's a child psychologist or something, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly. She's not going to take a chainsaw and decapitate someone she considers a frightened retard.
All you have to do is like just cut one foot off and you're good to go, I mean.
Yeah. She's not going to cut him into little pieces and then put him through a wood chipper, into the lake or something. It's not going to happen.
I always had this theory that this little spot right here with the pond, the little water cesspool with the rock is like the crossing point from like reality to like nightmare kind of thing, Not to get to like too deep. I'm just saying
like they show it a lot. It's gotta mean something.
Exactly.
Either that or they were just like, guys, whoever was the scout location guy was just like, this is fantastic.
This rock is amazing.
You have to use this scene. Steve Miner, you need to mine this rock.
You need to mine this location for all that's worth, okay?
I apologize for that joke. I will see myself out.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Maybe it's like some inside joke with the editor. Just
That's probably true.
It's so funny. I put this as a rock in this movie like over and over again. Nobody noticed. Holy shit.
Yeah, like that rock is fucking in this movie more than the fucking redhead kid.
That rock should get residuals by now.
Like every time we put the rock in the movie, we were baked. Like, it's like the editor and like their friends just like laugh at that every time.
How do y'all feel about the ending they didn't use, where the eyes popped open on the decapitated
I heard about
head?
that. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have rathered that because the more cheese, the better to me. But
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not gonna believe it. I mean, I believe that this mongoloid child built this shack. I'll believe anything.
Well, I mean, in the remake, he does like wiring and traps and digs a ditch and like he's basically a construction worker in the remake.
Yeah, like he's a survivalist. Like there's the fucking people who build like the apocalypse bunkers and shit.
Yeah.
They probably like have like a picture of the Friday the 13th remake on their wall. Like that fucking guy had it right.
they don't look anything alike. That's a leap of faith. That I mean, Jason's just so demented that
All white people look the same to me.
That's true, they do.
it's all sweater. It's all sweater. I guess a sweater is very important.
It's all sweater and confidence. Is all it is.
Jason?
She's being very assertive.
I wonder how much they paid Betsy Palmer to do this like one day worth of acting.
I think they said it was like she got a car out of it or something.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I would fucking.
But I think we talked about it on my part 1 or something. Like she came back to something happened to her car. She needed a new car, and she got a paycheck just to do the car, to get a new car or whatever. And, good for her, But this was like these movies were totally out of her wheelhouse, Like she was like the goody two shoes actor from like the 50s and 60s and shit, So I think these were kind of like an afterthought for her to make a little extra dough on her way out,
Yeah, and then they probably brought her in more money than ever with like going to conventions and signing stuff and things like that.
Yeah, they talked about how they actually brought her into this movie, or both these movies, to lend some credibility to the the production or whatever, because she was like an established sort of actress for the time. Like she was a big name,
You said we shouldn't talk about Star Wars. That was what they did for Obi-Wan Kenobi's actor in A New Hope.
Oh yeah,
I just want to bring that up to you, Josh.
Yeah. Sir Alec Guinness. No, Star Wars. Star Wars is a fucking kiss of death. I'm so sick of Star Wars, man. So fucking over.
Yeah, you and me both, all right?
So you're saying you don't want to come on my Star Wars podcast? It's called Scruffy Looking Shut the Fuck Up.
I basically just solidified. I basically just asked myself out of being on world class bullshitters ever, essentially. So yeah, that's right, Jeff. I'm calling you out.
Yeah, Jeff. I don't know you, Jeff, but I'm taking his side.
You and your Star Wars bullshit.
Yeah. Fucking Jawas and shit.
You heard me, fucking Ethan Van Sciver, you fucking Star Wars.
It's not like
whore.
I'm some kind of nerd who has the original trilogy on VHS, Laserdisc, bootleg Blu-rays in 35mm theatrical run prints, and the despecialized version. I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah, so
Jeff.
we're watching the very end of Friday the 13th here, and so Paul and Jenny, they escaped the attack of Jason.
It's The Rock.
And
it's The Rock.
Look, it's The Rock. Look, the editor was getting baked when this scene was like
yeah. Man, it is so great to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson go from Friday the 13th to Jumanji. Like,
no,
he is
Rampage, it's art.
he is so fucking talented, that guy.
Oh, sorry, what is it? What is it? Die Hard B? That's coming out. Fucking Skyscraper.
Oh my god! You know what, dude? I actually want to see that movie. I'm really intrigued by it.
Too. It's gonna be interesting.
I think their marketing is working on me. I think they're marketing it to us, dudes, guys, a little bit, in their probably like late 30s, mid to late 30s, whatever. That they want to see like you know, they love Die Hard. They want to see like Rock is a new fucking you know, he's a new fucking what's his name? You know,
Bruce Willis.
yeah, he's a new Bruce Willis. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense. They're gonna market a shitty movie about a skyscraper and explosions. There's gonna be a chopper scene because The Rock's always he has to be in a chopper at least once in a movie. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking a great, fantastic popcorn movie. It's gonna be stupid. Did you see Rampage?
Oh yeah, I saw Rampage.
Yeah, he's in a fucking helicopter in that movie too. I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Like, he's the get to the chopper guy now in those movies. Like, seriously, it's fucking great. It's like a trope.
I want to be the it's not a tumor guy.
Mm. That's what you say when you pull your pants down in front of your mom. You pull your dick out. It's not a tumor, right? That's your.
No, I actually don't say anything because I was taught not to talk with my mouth full. I want to call bullshit on this entire muffin thing. There's no way there were two dogs that looked exactly the same.
I totally agree,
with one dead out there and one alive here. Fuck this bullshit. Fuck Muffin. Fuck Gordon. Fuck every dog in a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, because you know the first thing they would do is just like leave. They're like, yeah, we're not dealing with this shit. We're going somewhere else.
So this is the one time that Gillette played Jason.
Yeah.
Right here.
That is a great jump scare though. Like, I still get caught off guard sometimes. Like, that's a good jump scare, but it's not a jump scare from a cat. It's actually fucking Jason, you know?
Yeah. You know what would be great though? If you were like jacking off and if you were so good you could time it to come right when he came out the window. Like, if you were just that good that you had the timing down.
Yeah, you're like, you want to come right when Jason comes through the window, and you're like, you know, you tell your girlfriend, don't stop, you know, go faster, and then you pop right when Jason.
I'm gonna try to aim at the TV and fucking tribute the TV. Sorry,
oh my God.
I spent a lot of time on 4chan.
Whatever you do, wrap it up quick because if it drips inside the seams, you're fucked.
So does Paul? So what happens to Paul? What's your theory about what happens to Paul? Does he live? Does he die?
I read that everything in this movie never happened because of things, and I just accept that. But no, I have no fucking idea. I still can't get. I can't even figure out who pissed, her or the rat. How am I supposed to know if fucking Paul lived or, according to the Beatles, Paul died? So I guess he's
that's
dead.
so weird. I've been watching these weird conspiracy theory videos about Paul McCartney dying back in '66. So weird you bring it up, but yeah, no, it's weird. Like, why do we have to have everything, every little little detail, every little minutia explained in these movies? Why? Because we're fucking nerds. That's why.
Know. That's true.
That's
I
true.
will sit there and like give backstories to characters in Anaconda because I have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
We're the toxic fan base, you know.
Oh yeah, that's totally us. We don't care about anything. We just just keep spouting out bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, at least my bullshit isn't like death threats. It's just like, well, you see, John Voight's character in Anaconda is actually a sequel to Dallas Players Club. And wait, is that the right movie? I don't fucking know. Either way, 8 is what I'm saying. I
saw Anaconda at the drive-in when it came out.
Oh my God,
dude.
And I got a fucking blowy from my girlfriend too. It was great.
Oh, that's
I think
nice.
I think we saw that. We saw that, and we saw Faces of Death the same night. It was a great night.
Damn, that is a good night, man. That is a good night.
That is an amazing night.
The first blowjob I got in a movie theater was to the movie Fear.com.
Oh, fuck.
At least it was a horror movie.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, I owned Anaconda on Laserdisc if you ever want to come over. Josh, I've got Milo's Sweet Tea and Prozac and Anaconda on Laserdisc if you're feeling
Why you gonna make shit awkward,
fly.
man? I mean, Jesus. I mean, goddamn.
Hold on. What's your address again, and where exactly in Africa do you live? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give out my full address right now on this podcast because no one listens to this podcast, so it'll be completely safe.
Send it to me privately. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Are you gonna come and rob me of my laser disc?
I want to come over and watch that just with you and have a Prozac and Milo Sweet Pea, and we'll see what goes from there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I like this.
That's all I'm
I
saying,
hope
man.
you don't mind when I have sex with guys. I surround us with Godzilla toys. It's just a thing I'm into. Don't kink shame.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Can don't kink shame me be the official like?
Can we hashtag please for this whenever you tweet this out hashtag.
Can
no
that
kink shame?
be
Oh my god.
R-rated commentary?
Absolutely.
The commentary where we don't kink shame. Don't kink shame me, bro.
Hey, is Kill the Cast on Twitter? Are you guys on Twitter?
It has a Twitter, but I don't run it. Jay runs it, so it doesn't get used. I have a Twitter that I use.
Definitely get on Twitter because that shit will ramp up your views big time.
Yeah, I need
Twitter's
to.
huge.
Yeah. Twitter's weird. Like I operated the one for our podcast, and like it's been going nuts lately, and it's just strange. It's just really weird.
Yeah. I get like random followers like every day, and then all of a sudden like I'm starting to get more and more consistent like subscribers on YouTube because of it. So I mean, don't underestimate it. That and Instagram, but yeah, I mean, get your fucking Kill the Cast fucking no kink shame going.
Yeah. Because that's one thing that we learned early on is like social media will save your ass.
My personal Instagram has 2,588 followers.
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm balling.
You're a
it's because
fucking
I started.
celebrity,
If you go and if you look on fucking Instagram and you look up the hashtag Retro Collective, I started that, and Retro Collective hashtag is sitting at 700,000. It's soon will be 705,000 posts under that hashtag. Yeah, I don't run it anymore. I pass it on to I think the Retro Collective Europe wing runs it now, but I'm people like me. I don't know why. But
You're an interesting dude. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you think I would have asked you to be on this? You think I would have asked you to be on this show if I thought you were a kink shame and douchebag?
I assume Alex paid you. Alex was like, "Hey, I need him to stick around on Married with Children, so I need him to like not kill himself. Invite him on your podcast. Make him feel special."
Oh, please. No, dude, we've been talking about, doing something together for a while, and I thought this would just be, I wanted to have somebody different on the show to do this one, movie, and, I just thought, hey.
I hope you're...
I just asked you to be on, and then I was like, oh, who would be a good third? I was like, oh, Nick's probably not doing anything, Sunday night, like you're not tired enough of fucking podcasting as it is, so I was fully expecting you to say no. I was like, oh, cool, you want to do it? Great.
Yeah, because I really checked and made sure. I was like, am I doing anything tonight? And I was like, I asked Jeff and everything. So we're doing anything later? He's like, no, we're good. We're good until like Monday or Tuesday. I was like, all right, fine. Because I have to start putting things in my damn schedule now to like figure out what's going on in my life. Because there's been like 3 or 4 times last week where I was just like, I'm playing something and then I had to cancel something else that I thought was awesome because I had other work to do. So it was just, it's been a crazy time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, dude, thanks so much for coming on the show and hanging out. And
honestly, if it's horror related and it's a commentary, I'm probably gonna try to do it as much as I can because I love that shit. So
yeah,
I'm always down for things like this.
Yeah, thanks for coming on me.
There's a lot of times where I need like I don't know, like I'll have a guest on and like Wizzel can't do it or something, and like I'll need a third guy, and there's a lot of gaps in there or whatever, so I'll always I'll throw you in the invite. It's always an open door policy. You can always be like, hey, you want to do this movie? And I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. It's fine. This is not like a big production over here. This is like a douchebag, a microphone, and a horror movie. I always say it's like the most lowbrow shit. And I really think you, Jerry, for pointing that out. You know how lowbrow we are and how terrible we are. You know.
Today I watched a very highbrow movie. There's a movie called Gods and Monsters, which is about
Yeah, I remember
James
that
Whale,
movie. Yeah.
being gay and wanting to fuck Brendan Fraser, and it's fantastic. It's a very highbrow movie. And then I was like, okay, well, that was really highbrow. I want to go the complete opposite. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm doing R-rated commentary later tonight. I have a rule that if I'm going on a show, one, I have to be a listener of that podcast, and two, I have to listen to a show the day of so I can be in the right mindset. You know, I don't want to come on your show and not have the right vibe. So I saw that y'all did Hatchet, and I was like, I fucking love Hatchet. And so I fucking Chromecasted that shit to a TV, and I watched it, and y'all said Misty Monday, and then I jacked off.
I actually worked on the movie. I'm not kidding. I did.
Wow.
Yeah, not kidding.
I wanna hear that story one day.
Oh yeah, if you listen to part of the Jim Wynorski episode, it's on there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dude, that whole thing is still such an enigma to me. Like, how did that even happen? You know, it's
Okay. It's
great.
Because after I listen to it, and they love it. They like, die laughing. They love it so much. But you know, everybody always says, you know, like I can hear the phone hanging up in the background, and then that noise, and then they, you know, like when he discovers that, like I was in the movie that he watched and called it a piece of shit, he kind of like starts to like retract and like back up a little bit.
that was really, I think, the best part of the interview was like that he actually remembered your movie and then he talked shit about it to you, which is amazing. Like he didn't walk it back too much, but he kind of owned his criticism of it. But he just took on a new role of like kind of mentoring you a little bit. He's like, yeah, like you weren't supposed to show the road, and yeah, you didn't do that, pal. So you know, it's like, I don't know. It was a weird
which I was fine with. I was just like, teach me, please. Like, you know more shit than I do. I'm always here to learn, man. Like, tell me more shit I'm doing wrong, please.
No, we should probably, in case somebody's listening to this podcast so they don't know the movie we're talking about. We're talking about Strip Club Massacre, and you were the, I guess the director of photography and the editor, right?
I did. I set up. I brought down equipment. I used my own equipment to make the movie. I shot everything. And lit everything myself. I put the footage away on a hard drive myself. I edited everything myself. I did all the visual effects, the sound effects, the color correction, the DVD. Yeah, I did a bunch of shit myself.
The DP, the HIV, the STDs. Man, you did a lot.
Everything, all those acronyms, all of them. I did them all. Like it was.
You are the abbreviation of standard, my man.
It was. Once again, it was a shit show, and I fucking hate that asshole director Bob Clark.
Yeah, well, I'm still glad that movie exists. Maybe I need to do a commentary for it.
I kind of want to do a commentary for this because I've never seen it, and this sounds like it would be.
Well, I mean, he's got a copy that he can gladly give you for free because you don't need to fucking pay for that shit. You really don't.
Wow.
Yeah. It's weird because the funny thing is that like a year before you and I even met or converged to do like that interview, I watched it. I found it on the internet. I think I bootlegged it and watched it because like
that's fine. Good for you.
I was like, I went through a fever thing where I was like watching anything with massacre on the end of it. So like I was like, Strip Club Massacre. I gotta watch that. And yeah, I watched it and I remembered it. And I thought it was just really funny when World Class Bullshitters dropped their commentary for, you know, Strip Club Massacre. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, saying that's the same fucking guy?
Oh, dude, I was so drunk for that commentary. Like, I had taken like 2 shots before we started, and I kept drinking all the fucking time. I just kept like downing beers, doing the whole thing. And
yeah,
I think it ended up being 2 hours long, like an hour and a half of me just like going off on like all the bullshit stories that happened, everybody who fucked up, like all the shit that happened during the whole movie.
The thing is, dude, it's like, you know, I think you're a little too hard on yourself for the way the movie turned out, maybe it wasn't what you hoped it would be, but the fact remains is that, you accomplished something, you made a movie, and I've never done that.
Yeah, you made a movie. The best thing I've ever done is I made a YouTube video where I tried to convince my cat to watch Jason Takes Manhattan. And he talks shit back to me in a Russian accent. And that's like the best thing I've ever done with my life. And it's like not even like a minute long, and you made a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've accomplished a lot more in my life than what Jerry's accomplished, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I've never made a movie though. So, yeah, dude, I no. Don't.
I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, if you feel bored, don't have any meaning in your life, and, really have a lot of spare time, make a movie, because then you'll really just want to fucking kill yourself.
That was fucking hysterical. Like when Jim was like, the chicks in the movie are like ugly, and you're like, those are my friends.
Well, no. I'm sure you're talking about Layla and Danielle, which they're good friends of mine. They're really cool chicks. I know them as well. If you're talking about the other two, I think it's Alicia Watson. She's a cunt.
Yeah.
And then Courtney Riggs is a cunt as well. Because I worked with, I was on set every day because I had to do all my own equipment, and I was the only one who knew what the fuck they were doing. So, working with them every day was a chore, because they'd be like, all right, we're done building the scene, let's go home. It's like, no, we have 4 more to do, go fuck yourself. Like, we have to get through this. And they just, didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember that, fucking Jim Wynorski's idea of beauty is like Pamela Anderson in the 90s,
Yeah, and also he's talking about
blonde, lots of mascara, and giant tits and a skinny waist, and loose morals, that's his idea of a beautiful woman. So, I thought it was kind of a little unfair to throw these chicks under the bus, but it was a fucking hysterical moment in the interview, though.
Dude, it was because he knew the scene. I was like, oh, he didn't watch it. He doesn't know shit. No, he watched it. I was fucking shocked. I was like, he watched it. He's critiquing me on it. I felt like a teacher saying to me, it's like, hey, this isn't that good. Here's how you can improve it. That's how I felt in that moment. I wasn't mad at all. I really wasn't. I didn't care that he'd called it a piece of shit or said I was bad at my job. I'm like, that's fine.
Well, the thing was, is dude, you already know what the movie is, so really it was all just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Because he was giving you his feedback, but he was, this is a hero of yours, and he's just talking about something you were involved in. So, it wasn't hurtful. I mean, you took it in a stride, man, and I give you a lot of credit for that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But let's break the show down here real quick. We're gonna wrap it up so you guys don't get too bored. We'll try to keep it under 2 hours. So yeah, Nick, you are from a podcast called the World Class Bullshitters. What's going on with your podcast right now, man? What you guys up to?
Now we're still doing our normal podcast every Thursday. We post our normal podcast during the week. We have other things, breaking news in the world of pop culture that we post on a lot. We do have something called the High Council that the guy who runs the podcast, Jeff, does with Ethan Van Sciver. I think Geeks and Gamers, and every now and again Doomcock or Cecil from Dick and Comics will show up.
Cecil, interesting character.
Yeah, those oh god, we just know the Doomcock. It was wonderful. I'm starting my own YouTube channel as well called Real Independent Productions. We're working on a show right now called Optimistic Critic. We're hopefully going to shoot 2 more and get those out. We're working on some other podcast stuff and other shows as well to put on our YouTube. The World Class Bullshitters will be at in Indianapolis Horror Hound Weekend. We will be there doing that. If you want to meet us, message us and we'll work something out.
Yeah, cool. I will say I'm a huge fan of your guys' show. Yeah, it's a lot of pop culture. You guys are real dudes. You just sit down, you talk about everything, and you're unfiltered and you're non-chill. Collider. I used to be a huge Collider fan, and when I found you guys, I was like, fuck Collider, because it's just such a fucking production. But you guys are just the type of dudes I can relate to, and I really like your stuff, and therefore I am a Patreon supporter of you guys. And $1 a month gets you extra content, and you get commentaries. Your commentaries. I really like your Lethal Weapon commentary. that's really fucking great, dude. I mean, it's you know, it's a lot of fun. You get a lot of content for a little bit of money. So go over there and throw some money in the basket and check them out and subscribe to them. And then Jerry, what's going on with Kill the Cast? What are you guys up to?
Lately, I've been shitting myself.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's good.
No, Kill the Cat. I don't know what our next episode is because we just put out Horror Coliseum, which is the Burning versus Sleepaway Camp for best 80s summer camp slasher, featuring Alex Edwards from Skeleton Crew, Married with Children, Man and a Laser. We just put out that, and then my other show is Underwater Kaiju from Outer Space, which we just put out a episode on Godzilla versus Megaguirus. And I've been filling in on Married with Children again, which is always a good time. But
are you filling in for Dan? Is Dan
yeah, I'm filling in for
taking
Dan.
a leave of absence or?
Yeah, he's under a leave of absence.
Dude, you know what's funny is that like that show is so popular. Because like, you know, I like Alex and we're friends and stuff, and I always drop, you know, I mention in my podcast, like usually on my solo podcast, like, oh, check out, you know, Alex's show, Married with Children podcast on Horrorphilia and blah blah blah. And I get like people will watch my show, like my episodes, and they'll compliment his show, Married with Children, and they won't say anything about my show. Like they'll be like, "Oh,
yeah,
I love Married with Children."
Alex's production is off the fucking charts. He's a fantastic host.
Yeah.
He takes Married with Children. Like when I was doing like Married with Children full time, like the amount of notes and research that I had to do for that show was intense.
Yeah.
And now that I'm back, I'm doing the same exact shit until Dan gets back. Then I'm gonna be like, Dan, please take this away from me. But
yeah, Alex is a very detail-oriented guy, and that's, you know, if you've never listened to any of the Skeleton Crew, I always think of the Skeleton Crew as like a new horror fan, or maybe you're a horror fan, you want to learn more about the genre. The Skeleton Crew really is the like working man's like crash course to learn about everything you need to know, like, you know, the boot up system, like the really core good shit. They did about, what is it, like 4 or 5 years of retrospectives?
Yeah, they did 5 years, and they are my favorite podcast.
Yeah, they're
100% favorite podcast. I absolutely love them. I became a better podcaster and host because of Alex, listening to the Skeleton Crew. If you want to be a podcaster or a host of a podcast and you want to know what to do, just listen to the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, definitely. They're a good template, and their content is, you know, undeniable. They have a good chemistry. It's Dan and Alex and Dave Z sometimes, and then also Jamie Sammons and stuff. And you know, the show has a lot.
And
of
I'm on a bunch of episodes.
Yeah. The show has a lot of integrity. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. It's on horrorphilly.com. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you're missing out. And what else should we say?
Kill the Cast coming up. I think we're gonna do Halloween 3 as I think our next show, maybe. I don't know. But check out Kill the Cast. If you thought I was disappointing on this show, I'm just as disappointing on my show. So yeah, I am the equivalent of a lazy reach around. So
not all the way around is what you're saying.
Yeah, I kind of just like thumb and index finger, and the rest of them I don't use.
Yeah, you're kind of like a bad hand job, you know? Like it's still a hand job, but it's not really that. You know, it's something. It's like I won't remember it tomorrow. You know, probably.
Yeah,
you know?
You're just like, I don't get this guy. He wouldn't grip me. He just kept palming me all night.
He didn't even stick his thumb in my ass or nothing. What the fuck?
Loser, man.
Exactly.
Well, I can't because me and the chick from Friday the 13th Part 2 bought nothing.
Doing them out again.
Worst fucking show ever. No, I'm just kidding. Actually,
Wizzel's gonna come back and be like, what the fuck?
Alright guys, well thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This is fucking Friday the 13th Part 2. You finally fucking got it. Please stop messaging me to fucking do this movie. It's done. It only took me a year and a half to finally get it add it to the fucking collection, but here it is. And of course, as always, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers. Have a great Friday the 13th. Don't kink shame. Adios.